It's the Daily Dispatch in discussion with Daron Mann.
It is the Daily Dispatch in discussion once again today, and in discussion with Mgwebi Msiya. He is the spokesperson for the Eastern Cape Liqour Board. Good morning, Dr. Msiya. You've got an interesting initiative on the way.
Good morning, Daron. Yes, indeed, Daron. We are really up in arms against this very bad culture that has caused so many problems for our young people. So yesterday we're launching this campaign to say to them, please, let's refrain from these, pens down parties, because they are largely about alcohol consumption, nothing else. So we're saying there is no excuse. There is no excuse. Let's just do away with these parties.
So just to sketch a picture for folk who don't know, pens down parties traditionally come at the end of an academic year before the final exams. And as you say, we have had problems with young people indulging in liquor, particularly at these parties. It's a brand new initiative by the Eastern Cape Liqour Board. In many ways, a reaction to what happened at the Mgwebi Tavern in Scenery Park a few months ago.
Yes, indeed. We're trying everything possible, Daron, to ensure that what happened at Mgwebi does not repeat itself elsewhere in the province. It's really in reaction to that. You are correct, because the main reason behind young people, gathering in that liquor outlet was this pens down party celebrations and all that, where the learners, gathered together to celebrate the conclusion of the examinations and all that. So we're saying that, Daron, there are other ways of celebrating these end of the year examinations. You and I will know we were once learners at some point, and we celebrated as well, but not in the same fashion. So not in the same fashion where, young people will simply consume alcohol over a number of days throughout the night and all that. So that is what we are really, really very much against as the Eastern Cape Liqour Board. We are saying, please, let's work together as members of the community. Let's work together as parents. Let's work together as teachers. Let's work together as civil society, churches, etc., to really discourage this culture, because it's costing the lives of our young people.
Dr. Msiya, the success of an initiative like this requires quite a lot of buy-in. You need the buy-in of the learners themselves. You'll need the buy-in from teachers and parents, and also, of course, tavern and bar owners.
Yes, it's true, Daron. We need. This is a collective effort, really. We need a multi-stakeholder, commitment to this. Especially, I am happy that you're also mentioning the liquor traders, because also we are saying to them, they must please work with us, as we roll out this campaign. They must please work with us by ensuring that their establishments do not become centers or places for these parties. Because what has happened in the past is that many of these pens down parties are hosted in these liquor outlets. So we're saying to them, if we find any one of them, any of our licensed liquor outlets doing this, we will really take very, very drastic actions against them. Remember, it's one of our licensed liquor outlets. The Mgwebi incident is a licensed liquor outlet that allowed young people to get into the establishment, and look what happened. So we're saying, at least for them, they must assist us, but more importantly, as you say, other stakeholders such as parents. Remember, every child comes from a home environment. So we're saying, as parents, let's start conversation now with our young ones. Let's speak to them about these problems now. Let's know the whereabouts of our young people. Let's be on the lookout. Let us be very vigilant as parents, as members of the society, particularly at this time of the year, because this is when they start to plan for these parties. And you will never know as a parent unless you really try very, very hard to open up your eyes to understand where your young one is, etc. So we're saying, parents, please come on board. Teachers, please assist us as well to speak to learners within the school environment, so that the message can really overwhelm them as learners. they must receive this message from every corner of the society, so that at the end of the day, we have learners that are responsible, we have learners that finish examination and find other ways of celebrating, the end of the examinations.
What are the nuts and bolts of the campaign? Is it just a roadshow where you share information? I know in the past there was talk of having ambassadors amongst the learners to spread the message. How are you getting this message across?
Look, Daron, this is a provincial campaign to start off with. We will try to move around the province, for instance, in the coming week when in the Nelson Mandela Bay area. From there, we'll be around Buffalo City again. Then we'll go, across the Kai River to Mthatha, etc. But over and above that, we are also mobilizing other stakeholders. We are speaking to churches to say they must also assist us. We are speaking to the SGBs. We are also going to use a lot of various multimedia platforms so that we can reach a substantial number of young people with this message. But as you indicated correctly, Daron, it's all about everybody coming to the party. It's for everybody to come on board to stop. As you may have observed, Daron, during the Enyobeni incident, that often what happened there was for everybody to want to blame the next person. So we're saying, let's stop blaming. Let's stop looking for somebody to blame in this problem. Let's all of us find a role to play so that we can together, fight the scourge of underage drinking in our society.
And Dr. Msiya, is this an ongoing campaign, or is it just for a particular time period now at the end of the academic year?
We do want to sustain this campaign going forward. Remember, they don't only celebrate these end of the examinations, the end of the examination only at the end of the year. Remember, the Enyobeni incident happened around June. So it means it's something that is happening throughout the year. So we intend sustaining this campaign throughout the year, so that every learner can be properly educated, can be properly informed about the inherent risk of these pens down parties.
I think we can leave it there. Dr. Mgwebi Msiya from the Eastern Cape Liqour Board, congratulations on what seems like a very proactive campaign, and we'll chat to you again soon. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Daron. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
That was the Daily Dispatch in discussion with Daron Mann.